tackle you. I'm going to let you make the decision. Well, the quarterback starts to idle down a little bit, and here comes Ron C. out of center field, and he just put the pop on him. Good move by both those kids for Lebanon.
Loss of about 3 yards puts the ball back at the 22 and brings up a third down and 8. Back to throw as Clemens fires through the hands of his intended receiver. That is Moorhead out at the 30-yard line, and the Jackets will have to kick it away again. That pass was on target, but it was a bullet, and Moorhead couldn't handle it.
So once again, Clemens will drop into punt formation for Springfield. Tressler and Griffin deep to return it for the Blue Devils.
Minute 20 left in the first period. Lebanon leading 13-0, and the Blue Devils are going to get the football again, and they're going to get it in great field position, as the quarterback Clemens this time will kick from his own 10-yard line. If he don't get a good kick, they'll get it in fantastic field position. Here's the snap, a good one. He's got time and gets a good kick on the way. Griffin going to take it at his own 48. Fumble the football. It's picked up by Springfield on the bounce. He'll move over the 40, over the 35, down to the Lebanon 32-yard line, and the Jackets are in business.
Well, you can't advance a muff on a punt return, and that's what you call that the ball went right through Griffin. So the ball will be Springfield's at the point where it became a free ball.
44.
So Lebanon with the turnover, and Springfield's offense has picked up their best play on a miscue by the Lebanon special teams. Terry, what about the kick from the quarterback Clemens?
Tommy, the kick good for 34 yards to the Lebanon 44. That's where Joel Griffin with the muff causing the turnover, and that's where Springfield will have it first down.
At the Lebanon 44, here's the Jackets. Got a great opportunity, and the Blue Devil defense got the heat on him. Back to throws. Clemens comes. They flush him out of the pocket, hit him at the 35, but he's still on his feet. Back down to the 40, or rather they hit him at the 45, and then Clemens doing a great job there, sidestepping through Blue Devils and getting back down to the 40 for about a 3, maybe 4-yard gain on the play.
Well, he took a bad play and turned it into something positive for the Yellow Jackets as he came out on the bootleg pass, trying to get out on the corner, make a pass-run decision, took the ball, tucked it, and got upfield for whatever he could get.
Blue Devils almost had him back at the 46 and the 45, but he slipped through him and got back down almost to the 40-yard line. Call it the Lebanon 40, second down 6 for the Jackets. Trying to make something happen off a Lebanon fumble. Hand off to the big fullback, trying to come outside. He's hit loose football. Springfield going to pick it up. Moorhead got it, and he's going to be dumped back at the 42, 43-yard line. Going to be a loss of maybe a yard, maybe 2 on the play. They jarred it out of the hands of that big 235-pound senior fullback.
And Damon Pitt goes to the sideline to get some shoulder pad adjustment, and Bob Dillard himself taking a look and making sure that junior quarterback, defensive back is healthy. It's the end of the first quarter, and Lebanon leads Springfield by a score of 13-0. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hello, I'm Megan Davis, a junior football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We are here with Rochelle, McCullough, and Oz to thank them for their support and present to them this Blue Devil football souvenir.
The law firm of Rochelle, McCullough, and Oz is proud again to be a sponsor of the Lebanon High School football team and cheerleading squad.
Go Devils!
Up there on the hill. Here come the Yellow Jackets looking, and they're going to be looking at a 3rd and 8, almost a 3rd and 9 after a good defensive play by Lebanon. Jarred the ball loose. Springfield came up with it, but they also came up with a 2-yard loss. They split Moorhead to the near side, and back to throw is Clemens, a quarterback. Quarterback draw, but Lebanon's going to get him. He got a yard. Lebanon closed it in a hurry, and one of the guys is Chris Cantrell, the nose guard, making that happen. He had some help, and that may have been Gannon in there with him.
So here comes the punt squad for Springfield, and the best play Springfield's had tonight has been that punt that we mishandled earlier to give them this field position. Terry, they've had no field position to speak of.
Tommy, no field position, no first downs in the first quarter. In fact, very little yardage, less than 10 yards total yardage in the first quarter.
Boy, you got to take your hat off this Lebanon defense. Lebanon thinks it might be a gimmick, but they're going to punt it. Long and going to be called for a fair catch by Tressler at the 11-yard line. He will make it. And the Blue Devils will have the football at that point. Lebanon will be 1st and 10 from their own 11 as we have just opened second period play. Lebanon leading Springfield 13-0.
Terry Stafford, what about that kick?
Clemens kicks it from the 41 of Lebanon. Tressler with the fair catch at the 11. That's good for 30 yards, and that's where Lebanon takes over at their own 11 with 11:15 left in the second quarter, leading Springfield 13-0.
Lebanon going to bring Tressler and C to the near side, which is the wide side of the field as they move from your right to left this quarter. Pitt, quarterback underneath. Handoff to Reeves, the fullback. It's jammed up, but he's going to power through there for a couple of yards. And Reeves is really impressing here tonight because he was hit at the line, but still gets a couple of yards, almost 3 out of it that time.
Jason Hankins checks in at wide receiver. Ron C comes out. And in the case of Brian Reeves, here's a kid who last year played a lot on the 9th grade team, had a lot of games under his belt as a 9th grader. A kid that maybe just needed the opportunity, and with the injury to Chris Stafford, he's getting that chance here tonight.
Boy, Hankins is a big guy, isn't he?
He is large.
Pitt, handoff Griffin up the middle, hit, spins out of the reach of one, crosses a 15 out to about the 18-yard line, and it will bring up a 3rd and short, maybe 3rd and, well, call it 3rd and 3 and maybe 3.5. But the Blue Devils will have a good opportunity to pick it up here on 3rd down.
Plays being signaled in from the Lebanon sideline. Mike Bartlett and Randall Hutto giving different signals, and it's up to the opponents to figure out who's got the hot signal, who's actually giving the live signals.
Now Tressler comes wide and C goes short as Lebanon sets him up for a 3rd and 3. Pitt calls the signals. Hot pass over the middle, complete and dropped. Boy, he got stuck. Carson, they had it. He had it in his hands, but Clemens, the quarterback playing on defense, really stuck Carson that time, and he really felt that one.
He read that one all the way. We came back to the well on the hot pass, and Elliott had it in his hands, and it looked like for first down yardage. But Clemens comes up and knocks it loose, so Tressler will retreat into punt formation for Lebanon High School, and going deep to bring this one back for Springfield is Clemens, the quarterback.
First time Lebanon is going to have to kick tonight. First time the Jackets have been able to stop the Blue Devils' well-oiled offensive machine so far. Tressler will stand at his 7, got to hurry, gets it out of there. Not a particular good kick. Fair catch going to be called for and made at the 40-yard line of Lebanon. So Blue Devils didn't get that much of a kick. He got it high enough and allowed his teammates to get down there on the defense, but it was kind of wobbly, and he had to really rush that kick.
Terry, what about that kick?
Tressler's kick from the Lebanon 18. Fair catch at the Lebanon 40. It's good for 22 yards. Springfield with good field position, first down.
Well, the Blue Devil defense held them about here a moment ago, and they got them right back on their hands once again. They've been able to nullify just about everything the Jackets have thrown at them so far offensively tonight. Split to the near side is Clint Collins. Man in motion is Moorhead, and they give it to him, and he turns it outside. Gets loose, 40, down to the 35-yard line. A gain of about 5 by Moorhead, and a stop is made by Joel Griffin, and that's about the best offensive play we've seen out of Springfield all evening.
Might very well be, Terry.
That is by far their best offensive play. In fact, in the first quarter, they only had 7 total yards. They pick up 5 on that play.
It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 now for the Jackets. They're at the Lebanon 35-yard line. Blue Devils leading 13-0, 9:18 to play before halftime. Jackets are ready. Hand it to the big fullback. No, he's going to pull it out, keep it, pitch it wide, and Lebanon smells it out, and they got clarity. Now he's free. 35-30. 25-20, knocked down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line, almost to the 17 is Clardy, the tailback, and then the Blue Devils hit him 3 or 4 times, had him a couple of times, but he got out back at the 25. I don't know how, but he escaped and gets it all the way down to, call it the 17-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Jackets at the Lebanon 17.
And you can bet that in the film session, our coaches are going to go over this play time and time again with the defense. Several missed tackles on that play. You cannot, against the wing T, miss tackles. There are a lot of times when you're one-on-one and you've got to put your man on the ground.
Collins split wide to the right. Clemens calling the signals for the Jackets. Moorhead is in, and here goes the big fullback up the middle. He's got a little room, 15, 10, down to the 5, maybe inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and goal for Springfield at the 4.5-yard line of the Blue Devils, and the Springfield Jackets moving the football here. About to get on the scoreboard. They're knocking on the Blue Devil door.
Cantrell comes out. Kenneth Nelson goes in at the nose for Lebanon High School, and Springfield getting a little bit of their second wind here, and certainly in a great situation to put points on the board.
splits. Collins out wide. It's not Collins this time. It's Chris Trauber who split wide to the right. And here down the line, Collins going to keep getting over, man, gets stuck and gets great yardage then over the top of the pile all the way down to the 1.5-yard line. It'll bring up second and goal. Excuse me, Tom.
That's all right. That was a quarterback run all the way. They faked the dive to the fullback, and they just want Clemens to pick his spot. You notice how he started left, and then he cut it back as soon as he saw an opening. He's such a good athlete. They're going to allow him the opportunity to just find a hole and pick his spot and try to get across the goal line.
Blue Devils got their hands full right now, stopping that big fullback with only a yard and the length of the football away from the end zone. Springfield with a second and goal from a yard away. Collins is right. Moorhead in motion, and they give it to the fullback, and it's touchdown, Springfield. The big fullback carried it in on a good play, and Springfield is on the board, and Lebanon's lead sliced almost in half right here.
Down to the field for the call of this PAT attempt, our sideline reporter, John Bryan.
Thank you, Tommy. This sideline report will be brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design. Come see Ron or Cam for all your hair care needs. In to do the long snapping for Springfield, John Fisher. Collins to kick. Clemens to hold. The snap. It's down. The kick is blocked. Number 42 for Lebanon. Busts through the middle of the line. That's Tim Kelly, number 42, blocks the extra point attempt. It falls no good. The score stands. Lebanon 13, Springfield 6.
Don't look.
Hi, I'm Cindy Reed, a senior football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We're here today with Miss Bondi Smith from First Bank and Trust to thank them for their support and present them this football souvenir.
We at First Bank and Trust wish the Lebanon Blue Devils a very successful year.
LHS!
40 yards.
40 yards in 5 plays. Damon Stewart with the touchdown. The extra point is no good. 7:26 left in the second quarter. 13-6, Lebanon leading Springfield.
So the Blue Devils will get the football. Griffin is going back deep. Titus Kelly and Ron C. are the short people. And the kick is Collins. Clint Collins will boot it away. Lebanon leading 13-6. The Springfield didn't get that extra point either. Here's the kick down the middle, going to be taken by Kelly at the 12 to the 15. Got a little room up to the 20, out to about the 24-yard line, where he's going to be knocked head over heels at that point. Lebanon will have it first and 10 from their own 24.
Springfield comes into this football game 0-2, but folks, this program is no pushover. They're 23-8 under their head coach, Randy Thomas. They were Clinic Bowl champions 2 years ago of Class AAA, and they went 10-4 last year as a AAA school. Now, enrollment forced them up to 4A this year. They are a pretty darn good 0-2 football team.
Lebanon will have it. Springfield had 12 yards all night, and then all of a sudden they go 40 on a drive. They give it to Griffin. Got a little room. Griffin slides outside, needs a block, doesn't get it. He's hit at the 28, dropped at the 29. Got good yardage on the play, about 6 or 7 by Griffin, as Griffin was doing a little jitterbugging through there that time, and a great run by Griffin.
Well, we see more of that out of Joel this year. The kind of making himself at home running the football. Last year it was more of just get it and go north and south, and now Joel doing some thinking back there and trying to set up his run with his blocks, and nice looking run.
2nd and 4 for the Blue Devils. Tressler left, C right. Reeves the fullback, Griffin the tailback, and they give it to Reeves trying to go outside, and big number 58 made a great play there as Jeremy Jones played off his block and gets him for a loss of about 2.
Jones beats the block of Chris Hicks as we try to run the trap. He came right through Hicks and is there waiting for Reeves. Reeves tries to go north and south with that play, but it bounced out to the side, and he's not that kind of runner. He's got to run right at the heart of the defense.
Seems like the momentum beginning to shift a little as the Springfield Jackets here.